In this video, we will cover the Hub page settings in your VuLive portal. Now, when you're logged into your VuLive account, simply navigate to Hub on the left side menu, and this will give you access to this screen. Your Event Hub page is the first and main point of contact for your event attendees with your event. Now, in order to create such a Hub page, we will need to configure the Hub page settings here. First of all, we can adjust the page settings for the Hub page. It does not need to be called a Hub page. You can determine a different name right here, and you can set a page icon for that page as well. Now, once the page settings are adjusted, we can proceed to the Hub page building. Now, you will see that there are three different types of Event Hub pages. There is a pre-event Hub page, a during event Hub page, and a post-event Hub page. The during event and post-event types are optional and are currently toggled off. But the purpose of these pages is to show your event attendees different content based on whether the event is still coming up, or it is already live, or it has already concluded. So for example, on your pre-event Hub page, you might incentivize your attendees to save the event to a calendar, to take certain actions, to watch certain pre-event sessions. And then if this during event Hub is toggled on, then automatically when the date of the launch of your event arrives, then this hub will take effect. And you can show them different things. You can show them a link to the broadcast page. You can show them different assets and resources that they might want for your various event sessions. And finally, you can also toggle on the post-event hub. And this means that once the event has concluded, the last event session has played out, then the post-event hub will be shown, and you can choose to offer your attendees post-event resources, recap sessions, other resources, digital notes for your event, things that your attendees might want to engage with after the event has concluded. Now, for all three hub pages that you can configure, the building process will be the exact same, and I am going to show you this by example of the pre-event hub. Now, in order to configure our pre-event hub page, all we need to do is click the Edit button. This will lead us to the Page Builder. Now, the Page Builder is a very intuitive tool to build your hub page in a modular way. Now, before we jump into configuring and branding our Event Hub, let me quickly walk you through the left side menu right here, where we have sections, containers, and elements. Starting from the top, we have sections. Now, you need to understand that the modular structure of the Hub page builder follows a certain hierarchy. You will have sections. In sections, you can place containers, and within containers, you can place elements. For sections, we can either choose to start with an empty section. We can simply drag and drop this onto our canvas right here, and we will have our empty section right there. Now we can simply drag and drop any configuration of width of containers onto this empty section. So we can choose to have a full width container for content, or 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns, or any combination between those. We can also choose to have, for example, a 2/3 wide container and a 1/3 screen wide container in order to place content within those. And then lastly, within those containers, we can place different elements like images, videos, buttons, text, animated text, dividers, titles, and video embeds. We will go into all of these elements in just a second. Now, going to the top again, let us first investigate the different types of sections. As we already covered, we can add empty sections by simply dragging and dropping a section on the canvas. But there are certain predefined sections already that have containers and content already embedded within them. So if you want, you can simply drag and drop this section, which gives you a header with some text of your company name, or you can also add an image right here with your logo and a call to action. You can also add other predefined sections like text and image sections, animated call to action, divider sections, card sections, and any of these other predefined pieces of content. Now, these predefined sections are just a quick way to get started and get your hub page fleshed out quickly. If you want to have more custom control of your Event Hub page design, again, simply choose the empty section from the menu and start building custom arrangements of containers and elements within them. Now let's go into actually building out an Event Hub page, and we will walk you through the different elements that you can add and how you can configure them. Here we have built an example Event Hub that features the various different elements that we have at our disposal. Again, please note that we're following the simple hierarchy of section, then container, and then element. All of these three different types of blocks are highlighted with different colors. Green stands for a section, red stands for a container, and blue stands for an element. Now you can adjust the settings for these different sections, containers, and elements by clicking on the gear icon in the respective frame. So let's start by clicking on the settings of this first section. Here we can make a few settings. First, we can determine who this section is visible for. By default, this section will be visible to everybody, but if you want to restrict this section for certain viewer types only, then you can make that selection here based on the user types of your registrants and their assigned tags. You can also choose to change the background color of the section with this selector right here. If you want to duplicate a section, you can do this simply by clicking the duplicate button in the top right here. You can close out of the settings by clicking the close button. Now we want to delete this duplicate section. All that we need to do is hover over the section, and on this green frame, we click on this trash can icon to delete it. If we want to move a section further up or down on the page, all we need to do is drag and drop the section using this icon in the middle. Simply click and hold and drag and drop the section to where you want it on the page. The same logic applies for containers as well. Simply hover over a container, highlighted by the red frame, and click on Settings. Here you can adjust the background color of the container itself and the border color of a container if you choose to have a border. If you want to delete a container, simply do it by clicking the trash can icon here. If you want to move it, simply drag and hold this icon right here again. For example, if we want to switch the order right here, we can do it like this. Now lastly, in order to actually customize the elements on our page, we hover over our elements highlighted by the blue frame. In this case, this is a text element, so all that we need to do here is we can simply highlight the text. And in here we have a couple of options as well on the left-hand side. We can also choose the text color by highlighting the text and then dragging the color selector around. And as a brief reminder, down here we can choose our different merge fields within the text if we want some dynamic text to be displayed, like the email, access code, and event date. Usually we don't recommend putting this data on the event hub, but if you choose to do so, you can do so using these merge fields. Now you can also put images up on your event hub, of course. If you want to adjust the settings here, simply click on the image, and then you will be able to access these settings. You can adjust the width of the image with this slider, and you can choose any image that you want to replace the current image with. For buttons, all you need to do is you need to click on them and you can configure the button text up here. Again, you can choose the merge fields to display dynamic text. You can add a hyperlink to the button by entering the link right here. Or if you want to internally link across your event ecosystem, for example, you want to link to your broadcast page, your replays page, your gallery page, sponsor pages, and so on, you simply type / and the name of your page. You can select whether on button click the link should open in a new tab by toggling this checkbox right here. You can customize the width of the button. You can adjust the text color on the button and the background color of the button right here. As you're building your event hub, don't forget to frequently save your progress by clicking the quick save button in the top right corner. For videos, all you need to do is place a video on your event hub and you can simply add your video source link right here, either as an MP4 link or an M3U8 link. You can also choose to upload a thumbnail image for your video right here. Now with everything that we've covered so far, let us create a new section for this hub page that is only accessible to a certain type of viewer. In our case, we want to highlight the ability to earn prizes, and just for the sake of demonstration, we will only show this to VIP users within our system. First of all, we customize our sections to reflect the messaging that we want. And once I've made all of the adjustments that I'd like to make to this section, now the final thing that remains is to only make this accessible to the viewers that I would like to display this to. So in order to do that, we go to our first section, Settings, and select that it is only visible for VIP users. We do the same thing for the section below it. And now we save our progress and exit the hub page builder. And now to demonstrate what different users with different user types will see in their personal event portal, let us try first logging in as this basic user. And we are greeted with this event hub. We have our sections right here, but as you can see, we cannot see the third section about winning prizes that we just added. And now if we log out and log in as this VIP user, we will be able to access the section that is hidden from the view of basic users in our case. And you can use this feature using user types and user tags to show or hide various content throughout your pre-event hub, during event hub, or post-event hub to your different users. As a final reminder, don't forget to hit the update button in the bottom right corner of your main hub settings right here in order to make the changes take effect. And throughout the course of your event, don't forget to update your pre-event hub, during event hub, and post-event hub as you see fit. Again, if you choose to not enable the during or post-event hubs, the pre-event hub will be shown throughout the entire course of your event. And that is how to use the hub page settings and hub page builder in your VuLive portal.